Hello friends, today we are going to look at law number 1 of 48 Laws of Power, which is written by Mr. Robert Greene. So the law number 1 says, never outshine the master. Here Robert Greene says that we should always make those above us feel comfortably superior. And in our desire to please or impress them, we should not go too far to display our talents, or otherwise we may accomplish the opposite. They can feel fear and insecurity. So we should make our masters appear more brilliant than they are, and we will achieve the heights of power. So let's see it through our first story. So there was a king named Louis XIV, and he was having a finance minister, Nicolas Fouquet. Nicolas loved lavish parties and pretty women. Also, he was very clever and close to the king. So when the prime minister, whose name was Julius Mazarin, died in 1661, Nicolas expected that now king will offer him the position of prime minister, as he is close to him. But instead of that, the king abolished that position. So now Nicolas felt that king don't like him anymore. He is falling out of favor. So he made a plan and decided to throw a lavish party. The party's ostensible purpose was to commemorate the completion of Nicolas Fouquet's chateau, Vaux la Vicomte. But its real function was to pay tribute to the king, who would be the guest of honor. For that, Nicolas invited the most brilliant nobilities of Europe and some of the greatest minds of the time, like La Fontaine, La Rochefoucauld, Madame de Sauvigny, etc. And Molière was the one who wrote the play for the occasion. Also, 7-course dinner was created specially for that night. And after dinner, there was a promenade through the chateau's garden. For that, Nicolas personally accompanied the king through the beautiful flower beds and shrubbery. And let me tell you that a mesmerizing firework was also arranged. The party ran very well into that night, and everyone agreed that it was the most amazing party they had ever attended. And so Nicolas as well. He was very happy on the success of his party. But now, next morning, King sent his head musketeer, D'Artagnan, to arrest Nicolas. And after 3 months later, he went on trial for stealing from the country's treasury. Actually, most of stealing he was accused of was done on the king's behalf, by king's permission itself. Well, Nicolas was found guilty and sent to the most isolated prison in France, where he spent the last 20 years of his life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what actually happened here. At the evening of the party, as Nicolas presented spectacle on its spectacle to Louis, each magnificent than the one before, he thought that the king will get impressed because of his good taste, his connections, his popularity, and by showing all this, he wanted to prove the king that he would make an excellent prime minister. But each new spectacle, each appreciative smile bestowed by the guest on Nicolas made it seem to Louis that his own friends and subjects were more charmed by the finance minister than the king himself. And this is how, unknowingly, Nicholas had offended the king's vanity, his pride. So King Louis found a good reason to get rid of a person who made him feel insecure. And now at last, Robert Greene says that such is the fate in some form or other of all those who unbalance the master's sense of self, pokes hole in his vanity, or make him doubt his preeminence. So my dear listeners, the first story of law number 1 ends here. I hope you would have liked it. Please subscribe your channel and do let us know what do you think about this law in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.